Well, hey there, circling back. Welcome to What's She Up To Now, day 437. So for the last 436 days, I've hopped on and talked about what am I doing as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world and world of small businesses, real businesses in various industries, like a whole lot of industries, to the online business world. Got an opportunity a couple of years ago to make a transition, to make a big, bold transition. And I decided, I've always been curious about what goes on online and how people create online businesses. I'm going to jump into that and see if I can't figure it out. Well, didn't go super smoothly in the beginning. And I decided I was going to actually pay attention to and start keeping track of and journaling and documenting what I was doing to make that transition. And one of the things I've learned throughout my life and throughout my career, which is, pretty extensive and long, is that everything can be boiled down to a process or a system or a way of looking at things and doing things. And part of that process and that system is doing research, doing your homework, looking into and trying to figure things out to decide exactly what it is that you want to do. And I found myself yesterday circling back and doing research as I'm going onto a new platform for me. I'm deciding that I want to learn and figure out YouTube and how that works, because YouTube has got this huge, powerful search engine behind it. Unlike other social media platforms, it's actually a search engine in addition to being a video platform, right? And so how you deal with that is really different than how you do like these Facebook Live videos. It's totally different. I can hop on Facebook Live and I can just chat and talk, but what you do and what works on YouTube is totally different. When I go to YouTube, I'm looking for information on how to do something. For example, one of the last things I looked up on YouTube how to do, because my kids are like, if you have a problem, Google it, right? Google search engine. If you have a problem and you want to know how to do something, where do you go? YouTube. There's a video on just about anything you can imagine on YouTube. So I needed to unstop a toilet. I know, crazy, right? But I had to unplug a toilet and nobody was home and it wasn't working. I'd done the Drano stuff and it wasn't working. So I went on YouTube and I looked up how to unplug a toilet. And they gave this recommendation about hot water and letting it sit. And I did that and it actually worked. So how you deal with, exactly how you deal with and do things on different platforms has to be different. So I started researching yesterday, and I've done it in the past on and off, but I needed to re-loop back around and actually research, what am I going to do? How do I want to do it? What market am I going after? Again, back to the beginning of the whole process. And what is my best way of approaching this? So it was kind of a looping back day yesterday, which is really fun because I love research and development. I love finding out where and how and why things tick and why they work. And so for me, the research part's really, really fun. So I started doing that yesterday and looping back to the beginning of the process, which we have to do if we're going down a road and we want to go down a road and go all in, go down a path and go all in, and figure things out as we go along. But sometimes we'll find out, oh my God, I'm actually down the wrong road. This isn't the right place I want to be. This isn't the path I want. And I've done that with my online endeavor as well. It seems like the vast majority of people, to me, just me observing my opinion, when they get online, they go through different stages and they go through different, and this is most people, not everybody, but most. People a lot smarter than me get online and they do exactly what they want to do. They don't get detoured. But a lot of people go through this big learning phase. Then they go through a phase where they think they need to start some kind of an online agency and actually do things for other people that they're learning how to do. Then after that, they want to start coaching. And then after that, they want to consult. It seems like there's this, and be an expert and consult and something. It seems like there's this progression of services that a lot of people when they go online want to do. And other people just hop online and say, I'm going to be a consultant. I'm going to use the internet to help me reach more people as a consultant. Other people have local businesses or a physical brick and mortar business, and they say, I am my brick and mortar business, but I want to just add an online component again so people can find me and find out about me. Is there a trend there? Yes. There absolutely positively is. But a lot of people that decide they're going to make the online internet world their business will go through this type of a progression. And then there's probably affiliate marketing in there and all kinds of other things that I'm just glossing over. But the point is, we if we're not exactly sure what we're doing, we go through different paths and we get detracted from what it is that our major intention is and what it is that we really want to do. Now, part of, I think, why I got detracted and distracted in my journey has been because I didn't have a clear idea of what I wanted to do. When I hopped online, I jumped into the ClickFunnels certification program, and that was my introduction to being online. And so most people that are in that program got in that program to actually have an agency and consult and coach and do a ClickFunnels type services for other people. I didn't go into that program with that intention. My intention was to use what I learned so that I would be better at using the tool for my businesses. Now, the challenge with that is I sold my business before I jumped into that. So I didn't have my brick and mortar business anymore to actually apply this to. And so that led me down the path of doing it for other businesses, which isn't what I wanted to do, right? And so then I've created courses and online coaching and group coaching and done one-on-one coaching. And now I'm looking at getting back into consulting. So it's just kind of been this big learning loop back and forth, back and forth. And one of the, I think the best things that I've learned and one of the best lessons I've learned is Stephen Larson calls it just-in-time learning. Now, I'm sure he isn't the first person that's talked about this, but he's the one I listened to about it and got off of the learning. I call it the learning loop because a lot of times when we're wanting to do something, we'll get into a learning mode. Think about college and grad school and things like that. We go on this journey of learning as much as we can about something, and we're not actually necessarily applying it. Some people are applying it, but very few. Usually we're just in the learning mode because that's what we learned. We learned that when you're in school, you're just learning. You're not applying what you're learning. Now, maybe college has changed and they do more application. And even back when I was in college, I did some internships. So I was applying some of what I was learning, but the vast majority of what I was learning in school wasn't about applying it. It was just about the theory of learning. And so I think that's part of why we fall into the trap of, the learning mode, where we think that just learning is enough and that's taking us where we want to go, but it's usually not. So if we change our focus to learning what we need to do the next step to move us toward what we want, that's always going to be more powerful and get us there faster than if we're just learning for the sake of learning. And then after we learn everything, we'll start applying it. We want to ask ourselves the question, what is the next thing I need to do or learn to apply this? And I'm doing that with this YouTube journey. I said, what do I need to do next to be successful at YouTube? I'll admit it. I think I've got 47 followers on YouTube after, and I don't use YouTube. And that's part of why I want to figure it out, is because I don't use it. I use it as an interim platform to host my videos so I can share the link with people and they can just go there to share the link. But I haven't even been doing much of that. I'll admit it. But I've made lots of videos, like I think probably a couple thousand videos, and I have 47 subscribers on YouTube. That needs to change, right? Why am I making all these videos if I'm not helping people or if I'm not reaching people? There's really no point. So I could either stop making the videos, which I kind of like making videos. It's fun and it lets me talk to myself mostly, but I want to talk to other people. So I'm going to keep making the videos. Maybe not forever in my pajamas because it super irritates my family, which is kind of part of why I'm still doing it. Don't tell them, but that's part of why I'm still doing it, because it irritates people. And I use it as a sorting device because I don't want to deal with people that it irritates, right? They're not my people. So re-looping, relearning, but only learning what I need to learn next to take the next step. So for example, on YouTube, I went back to research. What are the type videos I should be making that people want to watch and people care about? Well, I identified like 4 types of videos for sure that I'm going to make. I made one yesterday. I'll make another one today. I'll make another one tomorrow, another one the next day. And I'll test them and see if people respond to them or not. If people actually like them or watch them, then I'll make more of them of a certain type. If they don't, I won't make that type, right? I just won't. I'll figure it out. But I'm just learning the next thing I need to do. Okay, so once I figure out what that is, then there's some technical things I need to figure out. I need to figure out better how to do a live. I'd like to learn how to schedule a live. Live video on YouTube is very new to me. I've always just uploaded my videos to YouTube, which means they're not really native YouTube videos, right? No, I didn't make them specifically for YouTube. Part of my intent in this is to make videos specifically for the YouTube platform. That means more research, more keyword research, more understanding what people are searching for, because YouTube isn't Facebook. It isn't just throw it up there and see who watches and throw some advertising dollars at it to get more of a lookalike customer watching it. It's about what are people already looking for that I can help them with. And that's the kind of content, and that's how we do it, and that's how we build our audiences on YouTube, according to my research so far. So what are you working on? Go out and make it an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with my same cup. For some reason, I like this cup lately. Bye.